Okay, I think we are live over there. I think I have to get my notes together. Got a bunch of stuff. Uh, let's see here. Got so many notes to myself. I don't really know if I need them or not, but on what I'm going to be pulling tonight. Don't you dare start buffering. What do you mean live stream is offline? How the heck can you go offline? Okay, for some reason we went offline there. Don't know why. Make sure that we got this thing connected. And yeah, that was strange. I've never seen that happen before. That was kind of weird. Let's hope it doesn't do it again. We don't have any problems that I know of in the area. All right. The only thing I don't like about penny rolls is I can't open them with my thumbs, and I got to do that ripping on the corners and pull them apart that way. Like I see a lot of them doing that. I don't know why that live stream went nuts there for a minute. Well, come on, pennies. It's the one thing I dislike about penny rolls. Why is this thing going nuts on me? Well, I can assure you it's not on my end. I'm looking at everything here. I have no drop. I'm using very little CPU, no memory. Is Facebook having a problem tonight? Because I don't see anything dropped. Let me. Everything's fine on this side. I don't know if it's maybe the weather everywhere. Huh. Seems to be okay now. Let's continue, and never had that problem before. Put a lot of dates out. Looking for a lot of error coins. Okay, I don't see me in the frame here. Come on, where am I? It's only a few second delay. All right, guys, I'm just checking something real fast. I want to make sure everything is absolutely fine on this side. Everything is fine. I did that like a minute and a half ago. Anyhow, pulling. I'm still pulling copper out. I'm watching the live feed to see what's going on there. Why is that thing jerking? Pulling the copper, looking for lots of different errors. On the double die. Boy, this is irritating. I'm watching the feed, and it's crapping out on me. You know what? It continues to do this. I'm gonna cancel the the feed. Jeez, that's like 7 times, 8 times it's cut out. Hopefully whatever it is, it'll straighten itself out. And we'll go from there. There's a lot of double dies I'm looking for, and if this continues, guys, I'm gonna have to shut this off. There's nothing going on in this area. Or I did a couple of live videos earlier today, and there was no glitches whatsoever. But seems like it's holding up right now. We'll see in a minute. Gosh, I hate opening these rollers without being able to get the ends off right away. It's so nice on the nickels and $50. Oh, look at that. Bing. Open right up to a wheat. 40 or 58 Denver. 52 Denver. 52 Denver. I'll be setting up a whole new desk area here, so it's a little more conducive to light and such. Second roll, first wheat. Put that away. I got so many coins on this desk right now. I don't have much room to do anything. I haven't been able to get through what I've been pulling out for errors. Haven't checked them that well yet. You know, the 84 double die, I pulled one out a couple days ago going through some of these coins I had been setting aside for errors, and I'll put a video up of it once I get a little bit better camera, even though this, as I mentioned before, this is supposed to be the camera, the Logitech C920, a 82 double die. Not major, you know, there's so many variations. There are so many variations of the 82, but pulling out the copper, pulling out the years of the variations of double die. Is that a dime? Looked like there was a dime in there. I don't think so. Nope. Well, made a mess of that pile. I got a dog here that's going nuts. You probably hear him clippity clopping him back and forth through the house. 60D large date. What the heck, man? Come on, YouTube or weather? Where's YouTube based out of? They're not where the hurricane is, are they? There's a yeah, 77 copper Canadian. 84s I'm setting aside by themselves because after searching through, I think about maybe 40 of them, I found the double die. Man, I'm probably gonna ditch this darn video off of YouTube. 69S is got some errors as well. You know what? I'm gonna stop this. Bear with me. I'm gonna stop this feed. I'm gonna bring it back up in a second here. Hopefully it will. And man, I'm not even using any CPU. I'm not using any memory. 22% drop frame. That's ridiculous. Let's see what happens after I restart this thing. Go back down here and check. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little different. I don't know. You guys tell me. I've never had a problem streaming. Got one of the fastest computers. Certainly have the highest speed internet. Memory galore. So it's got to be something with YouTube, guys. I don't know. I did see a couple other videos earlier that were recorded. I watched another video of the fight, and that was, of course, that might have been just the buffering because of so many people watching it too. I certainly don't have a lot of problem with too many people watching. I gotta put these coins aside. It's an 82. It looks like it's new. Oop, over there. Anyhow, I'm looking at 69S, the 72, the 81, 82, 83, 84 double dies. If I pulled everything out that is listed nowadays, it seems like they find a double die just about on every penny. And there's so many variations of coin, of errors, I should say, on almost every year. As technology advances, it seems like they've found more errors on everything. Geez, this whole box is all copper. But I'm pulling aside. I've only got one wheat so far out of 1, 2, 3. What is this, the fifth roll? But I've been averaging, I think it is 14 or 15 wheats a box. Back in the old days, you were averaging 30% of a box was wheat, 20, 25%, I would say, about 25, maybe more than that. I don't like having to tear these ends off like that. Yeah, see, it's still glitching out there. It's got to be the weather somewhere. Canadian? Yeah. It's got to be something to do maybe with the weather. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was a 55. Nice and shiny, but it was a 95. Upside down it looked like a 55. Nope. I zipped through these. I know what I'm looking for. God, I went through so many thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of coins back in the 60s and 70s. It kind of came back to how to look for them again. Beautiful 2008 uncirculated. What the heck? I'll throw it over there. I can make a whole roll of them sometime. Looked uncirculated. It looks uncirculated. You know, it always starts this way too. It always starts really super slow. Every box that I open, and where am I? Over here. It seems like after about over there, there's a 60D small date. Set that with the wheat so I can catalog it accordingly. Oh, will you stop glitching? Jeez. You know what? I apologize for this. It's not on my side. I'm looking at OBS. I'm using 9% of the CPU is all, and 6% or 9, no, 11%, no, 9% memory, 9% memory. So I don't know what's going. Do I have two? Do I have two copies of OBS going? Well, I did. Well, maybe that might have something to do with it. Oops, something screwy. I saw a couple other ones having some problems. They're streaming. All right, I'm stopping this. I'm gonna do a full reboot. I'll be back, guys. Don't. Hopefully, I'll have the same. I'm gonna double check, see if my key. Check the settings up here. Check my key. Oh boy, look at that. All right. 10% drop rate now. That's horrible. That really is horrible. Showing my stream health is fine, but I don't know what the heck is causing this. I'm just going to continue on. You know, if the video doesn't come out good, I'll delete it from YouTube and then put a video up regarding this one. It really is frustrating. I'm trying to get through half a box or so of these pennies, and if it's going to keep doing that, I'm going to give up the ghost. Gosh, I'm really pulling a lot of stuff out here to check. That's what takes so long, because I don't get through them. I don't get through the ones I pulled out before I started pulling out more. And then I got a couple of mass piles of coin. There's a ton of nickels laying up here that I've got to put in the perspective container rolls. Um, Still doing it. Gonna have to get these off the desk, put them in this, put them in a container or something before I run out of room. Slide them up there. It's pretty bad. Only one. Okay, these are all the 84s. Check for double die. This is pretty bad. Only 1 week. Guys, I apologize for the buffering. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if maybe it could be, as I said, something to do with the weather. The bad storms, you know, down in Texas and Louisiana and such, but because everything, I never had, Now that's beautiful. I'm gonna try and show this to you. Uh, Logitech. God damn camera. Let me let me go to OBS so I'm in real time. Look at this date. It's one of them light mint marks. Do you see the 19 blank? What is that? 94? 19 blank 4, and look at the Liberty. Let me get this over in the light better. I got the wrong lighting in here, guys. I know it, and I apologize. You can barely see the 9. Liberty's almost gone. The rest of the coin is fine. It's the lettering is bold. Wow. Whole wow. Whole wow. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. I don't think it's anything major, but it's kind of neat. And there's a 1985 with "In God We Trust" is written across the lettering or the rim. I don't like that shield penny. I think it's ugly. Oh, you're looking at me. Well, this is not a good night at all, is it? Well, I know it's buffering like crazy because I'm sitting here over on OBS trying to watch the stream of what is yuck. It's all gummy and gooey. I don't know what's going on with the stream, guys. I never have a problem. Never. It's always solid. My CPU and memory is not even being used hardly at all. What in the heck is in this box? Throwing out the dates at perspective, double dies, errors, variations. There's lots of them. I'm not going to get through half of this box before I give up on that stream. One week and 7 or 8 rolls. That's pretty lame, really. Got a bunch of stuff to look at later. Double dies and whatnot. Rusted. That's really pitiful, this box. 1 week. Seems like when I first started, it was okay for the first 10, 12 boxes, and then they just started getting more harder to find. Just nothing seems to be in the boxes anymore. I just find it kind of silly that there's so many errors that are coming out that they're finding more of. You know, it detracts. I think it detracts, but some of these errors are so minor. Like on the what am I saying? The 2008 and 14 nickels, the little extra added door frame above the door on the back, above the Monticello or on the Monticello. It's just, I mean, it's such a minor variation. I guess they're calling it a double die. I don't know. I see a wheat there, I think. Second wheat in this box, 1946 Philadelphia. I hope to get this this room set up differently so it's a little bit, what the heck? A little better to view. It's got an awfully big fat rim on it. It's a 91 Philadelphia. I'm gonna throw it out and look at it later. And most of this over here in front of me, you can see this pile is gradually getting bigger. There's another wheat, 1940 Philadelphia. Two wheats in one roll, and no wheats in 7 or 8 rolls. Go figure. It's not like somebody rolled these in their home. They're all Loomis rolls. So I don't know what would cause that, unless there was just a bunch of wheats that were thrown in and they happened to stick together when they got rolled. But the pile in front of me is mainly anything that has a potential variation, double die, and so forth. It's all copper too, just about every one of them. Well, all of these are copper. This is 82, 83, or 83, 84. And 60, 69's in there too in here. 69S. There's several variations to the double die, and God we trust, liberty, e pluribus unum. It's kind of all over, I guess. God, I'm really disgusted with this stream tonight. I don't know why it's dropping so many frames. But I guess it happens now and then. It's my first time, so I guess it's more frustrating. I've always had a good solid stream throughout the video. I probably won't do this entire box live. Next box I do, there will be a giveaway. We had a giveaway the other night, or well, actually yesterday. It was for a star note. Not many people, only 3 people had posted what I asked them to post on there. More people, a lot more people than that watched the video, but they didn't, I guess they didn't read the request that I had posted on there. All I had to do is say, I think I said I like star notes, and they would have been entered. Their name would have been put in the mix for a random drawing, and I do the random drawing. I didn't do it live yesterday, but I did put a video up of the site that I use, Random Picker, and you know, like I said, there was only 3 people, so it's pretty easy to win that way. Got a 1 in 3 chance, 33% chance of winning. I would have preferred to have stuck 40 or 50 names in there, but you know, maybe next time. With the next roll that I open, next box that I open, I should say, I will. I'll have another giveaway. Don't know what. I'll pull something from the collection here somewhere. I can't believe the amount of coins I've actually pulled out of circulation in just 4 months. Awful lot. Nickels, 1960, and prior to 1960, I think right now I've got 1100, 1100 and something. Going through an awful lot of coin. Look at all these. Look at it. There's 6 copper out of this, or 9 copper out of this roll so far. A couple guys that do collect it, do hang on to it over there, and just 4 in a row. If I can get with them, they can have these pennies. It's almost copper cents are almost 2 cents a piece right now. I didn't check copper today. It's pretty darn close to double. Of course, well, for crying out loud, I don't do that. If the government allowed us to melt them, everybody started doing that, copper wouldn't be worth anything. It'd be too much. Supply and demand. When it's, jeez, look at this crap. Look at all these. Now I got to go through and look for errors. There's a 58, Philadelphia. Wow, 3 wheats so far. Not so good this time, huh? You're better off pulling just the copper out and hoping you can get somebody to melt it for you. I didn't say that. And make a profit that way, because you're going to try and make a profit anyway on over there on wheats. That's not going to happen. I see wheat rolls have come down. Average circulated wheats between the ages of, or the years of any of the 40s and 50s and such, they're going for nothing. I see some guys selling them for $1.75 a roll now. And I've seen some guys trying to sell them for $8 a roll. They're unsearched though, right? They're unsearched. Yeah, okay. They're unsearched. Yet almost everybody who's bought a advertised unsearched wheat roll, you don't see them coming back. Saying they found a 1911 or a 1913S, or I won't say 1909 BDB, because that's, it's just, they're pretty rare anyhow, but you don't see them finding any semi-key or key coins once in a great while. But I've watched a lot of the comments on eBay, and a lot of guys, they actually get mad. I mean, come on, use your common sense. Don't get mad at somebody after you sent 10, 8, 9, 10.95 for a roll of unsearched wheats. Don't get mad at the seller. Think about it for a minute, and then say, gee, should I have done that? I wouldn't pay that much for wheats. Not unless I knew the person. There's a beautiful 64 Denver. Of course, I'm sure the camera can't see it very well. Really nice looking coin. But I did know a guy that was selling his grandfather's coins, and he was selling them. He didn't look through them. I know he didn't. They were all rolled, and he didn't unroll any of them. He just sold them, and he was selling them for $2.50, I think, a roll. Never gone in no time. I can't remember. I think he had something like probably in the neighborhood of 1,500 rolls, and he sold them really quick. I'm sure a lot of guys bought several rolls. Oh, goodness me. Nobody's in chat. Probably everybody got frustrated at the beginning of this thing when it started buffering so much. Don't know what happened. I guess it seems to have been going here pretty good now. You see a few glitches, little stops for a moment. It's doing it right now. I don't know. I'm sure it has something to do with the weather. Awful lot of copper in circulation. There were a couple of different articles saying the government was going to start pulling them out. I don't think they will. There's just too many. Way too many still in circulation. I'd like to find a 70S small date. Now, that's a pretty decent coin. Brings a pretty decent price too. I may have one. It's not in the greatest shape. I got to look at it again. There isn't that big of a variation between 70S small and large date, but it's certainly enough to bring a premium. 70D, and that also has errors. There's an awful lot of them in the 70s with great luster still on them too. Notice that. If you pull the copper out, I think I'm averaging probably 7 coins a roll. Nah, I'd say more than that. Probably averaging 9, nearly a fifth of what I'm finding here is copper. But wheats, man, they're just not. How many wheats did I find? 4, 4 so far. That's terrible. That's just horrible. There's 71, very shiny. Just there's no lot out there in wheats, is there? Good old Walt Butters, the guy that started me collecting. He had the right idea. He started back in 60, 63 or 64. I started after there's a wheat. 53 Denver. I started in 66, but he started in 63 or 4, and he pulled out every wheat, every bag that he got from the bank, and he went minimally once a week until he retired. And then those last few years, while he was still very active, he was going at least a couple of times a week. It all depended too. He got the parking meter money. The bank set it aside for him, always did, and then he'd get other coins to check too. But I tried to find his son. His son's still alive. He's probably around. I think he's around 60 or so, 62. I tried to find him on Facebook and I couldn't find him, but I wanted to ask him if maybe he remembered how many, there's a wheat right there, I didn't even see it. 1942 Philadelphia. How many rolls of wheats he had? He had a safe in his house, and he had his son build up the basement and the floor. I mean, he really built it up. That was a huge safe. It was big, and he had one room that was just dedicated to coins, and it was a fortress in itself. Older house, built in the early 1900s. Everything in this area is, and Wall had the floor built up because the safe was extremely heavy. I don't remember the dimensions of it, but it was more like a safe you'd find a really pretty sizable business back then. Um, he had other areas as well that were fortified pretty heavily by his son. Built a lot of stuff around, and I think he probably had I 10, 20. Wow, I bet he had 25 to. I can't really say. I can't give an estimate. 25 to 50,000 rolls of weeds. If not, no, that seems like a lot. I don't think it is. I think he had more than that. He silver. Okay, I do know. I do remember. I do recall that um, his barber dimes. Now, of course, those he didn't find any during his roll hunting or his bag hunting. A lot of Liberty nickels he did in Buffalo nickels, Mercury dimes, but the barber dimes and Liberty dimes he had well over 2,500 of each, well over, and I don't know what happened. I moved away. He was still alive when I moved away. I moved to Arizona in '75, and he was still kicking. He didn't drive, so if he didn't have a ride to the bank, he would go up and he would carry back a $50 bag of pennies or $100 bag of nickels. He'd carry them. It was about, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it was about 11, 12 blocks from the bank to his house. And he was 65 when I met him in '66. What a heck of a nice guy. Him and his wife both super people. He taught me a lot about coins back then, but today there's so much, I don't know, what would I say? There's so much, like I say, in the way of errors. I think it's just kind of silly, the number of errors that there are, the number of variations in coin. Awful lot. I'm going to have to get these coins off of here. If there's not a wheat in this roll, I think I'm going to stop this because the streaming has been bad and it's not very exciting and there's nobody out there watching right now. So I'm gonna stop after this roll if there's not a wheat in here. It's copper. You can tell the difference between copper and zinc pretty easily, even the new ones. Definitely the old ones. What the heck? Oh, okay. Over there. Don't find too many 2009s either. Nickels or pennies. Well, that's normal. Low mintage. Everybody yanked them out of circulation. You go over there. I'll go through these last 3 rolls up here on the desk and call it a night on this feed. See if we can find something else. Yeah, that's bothering me. That thing is cutting out so much. It's annoying. I shouldn't do that. Somebody just emailed or sent me a message to tell me the same thing. This is a lame box. Look at the rim on that 72. Holy cow. Maybe somebody put a keychain around it. Very few wheats. I think I'm going to stick with nickels and halves. There's a BU 1990. These are only coins for what did I do here? I got something mixed up. Who's out there? Hey, Treasure Town. Yeah, the feed was going pretty bad there. I don't know what the heck was going on. I accidentally got these coins mixed up. I don't know how the heck I did that. The feed was cutting out, and it was just real bad. It's not on my end. I checked OBS, and it's I'm not using any memory or CPU. Man, it was dropping. It was dropping frames like crazy there. I restarted it twice. As I see, it's doing it again. Geez, that's irritating. Yeah, I know it's been cutting off. It's been cutting off. I don't know what's causing it. I know it's not on my. I got your message though, and I just saw your message here, and I'll get that out probably tomorrow. Look at that 59, man. That's shiny, shiny, shiny. What do you do? Um, I'll get that out to you tomorrow. You sent me the information there. I'll get it out, and I got a bunch of star notes. I'm just gonna grab one, and I'll try and find you a better one. I got a few that are pretty decent. Most of them are circulated. I mean, they're all circulated, but some of them look like they were used to, I don't know, wipe off a table. But yeah, I'm gonna stop after one more roll because this stream is really acting up, and it's really irritating. And I'm not finding anything in here. I've only found I think five or six wheats out of still using my email. Okay, that's fine. Either send it on my new page or on here. You should be able to send me a message through YouTube. Somebody chewed that. One more roll and I'm shutting this down because this is driving me nuts with all this buffering. All right, sounds good. I'll get that and I'll get it all and packaged up tonight and take it to the post office, which is about a minute and a half from here. So I'll get it out to you tomorrow. You'll probably get it by Thursday or Friday. Should. Most of the mail I send out gets there in 3 days. This is the last roll I'm going through because this is just not a good night for streaming for some reason. It sure isn't a good night for weeds. I think I'm going to shy away from pennies. It's a 45 and it's all rusted and it looks like somebody let their dog go doo-doo on it. Pulling out a lot of coins to look for double dies and variations and errors and whatnot and see what there is. Look at this. Look at this pile of junk over here. Look at this. This is all the prospective double dies. There's so many of them. And I think most of them are. I don't know. I think they're over. There's just too many. Too many for what I've gotten half. It looks like about a third of what I've gone through on the table here. But that's it for me for tonight. The stream is going nuts, and I'm watching it for a second. Yeah, see, it just cut out again. All right, man. I'll get that out to you tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow might be a better day for streaming. 5 weeks, and I've gone through, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 22 rolls, 5 weeks. All right, man. Have a good night. And I'm going to cut this thing loose, and I'll watch it and see what it does, and then maybe I'll even get rid of it. I'll talk to you later. You guys have a good night.